The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another great Garment Graphics webinar on this afternoon. The webinar today is presented by Transfer Express. My name is Andy Curtis, and I will be joined by Georgianne Schilling later on during the question and answer part of the webinar. Hi, Georgianne.
Hi, Andy. Hi, everybody.
Georgianne's going to join us towards the end here. In the meantime, welcome again. And today we're going to be talking about Transfer Extreme, a new product that we are putting out here at Transfer Express. We're really excited to talk about. So Transfer Extreme is as the title of the webinar suggests, Transfer Extreme is a screen-printed, simulated 4-color process transfer. We're going to discuss it in some length today. And as always, we welcome your questions as we go. We're going to have some time at the end for questions, and I will do my best to answer them as we go through today's presentation. There we go. On the agenda today, in order to totally understand what exactly we mean by simulated 4-color process, we have to talk about what is 4-color process. In addition to that, what is traditional spot color screen printing? And then, once we've gotten to that point, we'll talk about what we mean by simulated 4-color process when we say that Transfer Extreme is simulated 4-color process. We're going to show you all the designs available in Transfer Extreme as it is a stock product. And then we're going to talk about application instructions, some application techniques, and then we're even going to talk a little bit about how to market the product as well. So we've got a couple interesting topics on for today. We're going to start in with what exactly is traditional 4-color process. I'm sure a lot of you out there are already familiar with this, but in order to completely understand what Transfer Extreme is, we need to first understand what 4-color process is. Now, 4-color process is also known as full color process. It could also be called process printing. There's a whole bunch of different terminology that refers to the concept of 4-color process. But the idea here is that you're using 4 colors of ink as my bottom example here. If you look at the example on the left-hand side of my screen here, you're using 4 shades of ink: cyan, magenta, yellow, and key, or black. You're using those 4 colors, combining, mixing, and overlapping those 4 colors to form any color in the spectrum, as you can see by the second example right here on the left-hand side. This example is showing you little sheets of pieces of glass, colored glass, that are overlapping one another to form those different colors. So that's the concept of 4-color process. You're using those 4 colors to make every other color in the spectrum. 4-color process is obviously a very popular printing method in our industry, so we do see a lot of this. And again, the example over here on the right-hand side is showing you the difference between RGB and CMYK processes. We're talking about 4-color process here on the right side, where you see CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Okay. So that's 4-color process in a nutshell. You're using those 4 colors, mix and match and combine them to make any color. So for example, if you wanted to print brown ink in the 4-color process, you'd have to have the right mixture of cyan, magenta, and yellow to form brown ink. Okay. The other way to look at this, or other than 4-color process, would be spot color printing, spot color process. Now, in that same example I was just using, if you want brown ink in spot color, you're just going to use brown ink from a bucket. You're just going to use actual brown ink instead of mixing other colors, because spot color is when you actually apply the necessary color to the necessary area. You don't have to mix things. You don't have to mix a whole bunch of colors to form red or gold or brown or blue or any of those things. Spot color, you're just putting the colors exactly where they need to be. Okay? Now, unlike 4-color process, with spot colors, it is sort of difficult to do fades and shading. There are limited amounts of halftones you can print, but obviously halftones like this aren't going to reach the same amount of quality as the 4-color process is going to. 4-color process, you're going to get much more detailed, beautiful fades and shades and such. To where spot color process, you can equate this to almost like a coloring book, or a puzzle, if you will. And a puzzle, you're just putting the pieces where they go, and that's spot color. You're just putting the pieces where they go. Unlike the example on the previous screen that we were talking about, where you're actually going back and forth. You're actually mixing the colors to form other colors. Spot color, you're actually just putting the colors where they go. Okay, so again, spot color is a great process. It's still widely used in our industry, but it doesn't achieve the same level of detail as four-color process can achieve. That brings us to what we mean by simulated four-color process. We're essentially taking the two processes that we just discussed and mixing them together to create a simulated four-color process, which gives results like you see in the photograph here. Now, this simulated four-color process allows us to print photorealistic images without using CMYK separations. Remember, four-color process CMYK refers to mixing cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. In our simulated four-color process, we don't limit ourselves to just the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So we're using simple off-the-shelf opaque inks, but we're still mixing them together in the same concept of four-color process. Okay, so again, it's our Transfer Extreme product, like you see in the photograph here. It's still using opaque plastisol ink. It's still using regular screen print. I mean, it's not something that's going to feel plasticky. It's not something that's going to feel incredibly different from some of our other transfers. It feels just like a normal transfer. It's just printed using a different process. And actually, a little side note, the photograph that we've included here in the slide is actually a tradition here at Transfer Express. We get shirts for opening day, and this year's opening day shirt was Transfer Extreme, as you can see here. It actually turned out quite beautiful, all the shades of nice, very nice. Now, one other thing to point out here, along with those screen printing processes that we've just discussed, the four-color process, the spot color, and the Transfer Extreme, in addition to those screen printing processes, you can also apply the concept of four-color process to digital printing, like you see here. Now, digital printing, obviously, we're not talking about using screen print inks. We're not talking about plastisol or anything like that. With the digital printing, we're talking more about CAD prints. Okay, digital media like that, where we're actually printing this full-color artwork, like this example in the middle here, printing this full-color artwork onto a piece of white film, and then CAD cutting that film out and applying it to an apron or perhaps a baby doll tee like this one. Okay, so full-color digital still does provide, it's another option, if you will, for people that have that full-color artwork. But the Transfer Extreme product, as we talked about, is the simulated four-color process, which leads us into Transfer Extreme. Now, just before we start looking at the designs here, just to cover a couple bases, the Transfer Extreme product, as it's introduced here, we're just looking at stock patriotic designs. This is, if you will, phase one of our release. Now, the artwork that we have made up is edgy and fashionable. It's absolutely gorgeous artwork. We've done a lot to make some very high fashion popular designs here that should inspire people to really like them. They are printed with our goof-proof ink formula, and to you, the customer, this means that the goof-proof is applied at the easy 365 degrees for 4 seconds. Our goof-proof ink formula is the easiest to apply, and the Transfer Extreme is incredibly easy to apply, just like the goof-proof. And it does have a little bit of a softer feel than the goof-proof does. It's not quite this thick, and the colors are incredibly vibrant, as you're about to see as we go through here. The colors are very, very bright and colorful, so they definitely do look very, very nice. So without further ado, let's actually take a look at these stock transfers. Now, actually, I'm sorry, one more point. The pricing on the Transfer Extreme product, before we start looking at these designs, the Transfer Extreme product is sold in packs of 10. So 10 pieces per pack for $20. Okay, so that'll make 10 pieces. That'll make them $2 a piece. So 10 in a pack for $20. So without further ado now, let's go ahead and start looking at these designs here. The first one we have is USA-1. This is one of our more feminine designs. The heart flag there. Now, this is actually a real slick design. It looks good on darker colors, perhaps, because we've got a lot of whites and grays in there. So just like you see in the model in the example here, you're going to want to put this on a darker colored t-shirt. Now, the shape of the design is actually pretty cool because you can get really creative with how you place this particular design. The shape of it allows to be nice on like a baby doll tee, some kind of skinny fitted tee, also for placement in unique spots. And we'll talk about that a little bit towards the end of the webinar. But this particular design is really, really nice for that. You can fit it in some neat places. And as a side note also, USA 1 is one of our more popular designs through the Transfer Extreme thus far. Our sales have shown this to be one of the more popular designs. So that's USA 1. The next one we've got here is USA 2. Obviously, we've got the Liberty Bell in red, white, and blue. The detail's really slick on this. It's got kind of the scribble look to it like you see there. The details are really nice, though. It looks really good when you put it on a nice contrasting color. Like you see in the example here, we've put it on a kind of a creamsicle, like an orangey color. It looks really nice when you put it on contrasting color in this case. And again, the colors printed are primarily shades of blue, red, white, and a little bit of black in there too. So the Together We Stand, the bell here is another one of the more popular designs. It looks really nice on contrasting colors, so you'd want to try to avoid other reds, blues, those types of things. Next one, we've got USA 3, America, Together in Country, Together in Heart. This is obviously a large design, pretty big design, meant to be like a full chest. Again, this is another one you're going to want to put on darker colors. A lot of the colors in here you can see from the little burst that comes outwards from the flag that there's a lot of like whites and grays in here. So this is another one you're going to want to stick to kind of darker color garments. So you can see in the example here we've got it on a red hoodie. And despite the red ink, it actually looks pretty nice on that red hoodie. So any darker color that's going to avoid interaction with the white and the grays that you see on the outside there. So darker colors are going to be the better idea for this particular design. The next one, USA 4, this one's actually really cool. The USA 4 is distressed, and it's actually got a really nice vintage look. As you can see from the colors there, we've kind of avoided using white, and we've kind of leaned closer towards like an antique white or a cream color almost. And that with the darker burgundy and the darker navy sets this one off. It's actually really cool. This is one of my favorites, and you can see from the photograph there, we've put it on like a brownish, kind of a stony brown color t-shirt. Turns out looking real nice. You'd want to put this one on some kind of half darker, like contrasting shirt there. Obviously, you've got the tan coming off the top, so you want to be careful of that. But otherwise, one of the darker colored T-shirts would look good here. Something that contrasts from the red and the navy and the tan. So again, you can see in the selection here we've done brown. It looks really nice there too. Next one is USA 5. This one is primarily shades of blues and kind of a little bit of gray in there. There's a lot going on in this design. It actually looks really neat, and this is what's really popular with fashion right now and really popular with the printing industry is the whole multimedia look where you've got a lot of different stuff going on and layers upon layers. It's kind of a hot thing in the industry right now. So you'll notice that we've kind of layered a couple different things here. You've got the eagle, you've got kind of the seal in back there, and then behind everything you've got our country. And then on top of it, we've kind of done the splatter distress look to it. So this is a real popular design too. The whole concept of what's edgy right now in the printing industry. So this is another good one. Usually I'm not an advocate of the whole tone-on-tone concept, but this is actually a real slick design to put on another shade of blue, like you can see in our photograph and in the slide actually. As long as you have the right shade of blue, this one looks real nice. Otherwise, any contrasting color would be good for this. You're not real limited. You could probably put it on darker shades, but you might not want to put it on whites. This one might not pop too well off of a white tee per se, but some medium to dark colors, this one will look real nice. Now this next one here, this was one of the more popular ones as voted on by our customer service staff here at Transfer Express. This is one of the more popular ones. USA-6, this is also distressed, and I love the distress on this one because it gives it a real great vintage look. Along with the way the colors kind of pop off, the red and the blue look distressed themselves, not just the scratches taken out, but the actual color itself looks distressed, so it's real nice. Then there's a lot going on here. You've got a lot of colors, you've got a lot of fading and shading, and this is perhaps one of the best examples of the concept of simulated four-color process at its best. because if you had tried to print this design as just a spot color type deal, it's not going to turn out looking as nice as it does here. You've got the really nice fade in the We Are One from the red and the white to the blue. You've got the fading and shading in the background, back behind the wings here, the golds and the grays back in here. You've got a lot of nice detail in this, and not that it couldn't be accomplished as spot color, obviously, but it wouldn't look quite so slick as it does here. And again, for this particular design, we're suggesting dark colors. As you can see in the picture there, the design looks really nice. It pops off that black shirt real well. Any dark color would work, though, too. I mean, dark greens, dark purples, dark blues. You could get this to pop off of anything dark in particular. This would look real nice. The next one here, USA-7, kind of the gray eagle in the background. I like how we kind of combine the sky and the flag there. It's a real nice patriotic look to it. Forever brave, forever free. Real nice design, great sentiment. And you can see that this one actually looks very good on the white background. The way the transfer fades, like it does in the edges, fades from the flag look in the oval there. It actually looks real nice on a white background. Or in the photograph there, we've actually put it on a burnout tee that's kind of like an off-white cream color. So still looks real good. I would put this on a white t-shirt, and I would definitely hang that in my shop. That would look really, really nice. Great design too. The fading and the shading and the details and the cloud up here in the blue area looks real nice. It's a great contrast to the eagle too, which is just the solid black and gray like it is. So real great design. Next one is USA 8. Now this one's actually a lot of fun too because of the size of it and the shape of it. You can really put this on just about everything and anything. And actually the fun thing about this design is where you could put it even just on a t-shirt. But not even on a t-shirt though necessarily either for that matter. I mean, this could be a great design for tote bags or anything where you've got the amount of width there. It's a wide design, but it's not very tall. And it's very simplistic in its concept, so that's kind of nice too. No text or anything, just the simple red, white, and blue with the stars. But the fading and shading is what really sets it off. The tribal lines there kind of fading out from the spiked circle look really nice, and then the red, white, and blue star in the middle, and of course the distress pattern to it really sets it off as well. So this design is really versatile. There's a lot you can do with this, and as you'll see a little bit later on, we're going to talk about even though these transfers are all stock and they're not customizable, there are ways that you can add other things to it. We're going to talk about how you can customize the transfers using other transfers, but this is a great example of something you've got a real nice start here and you could add to this to make it look real cool. So next one here is USA-9. Now this one you can see we've put onto a gray hoodie as in the picture there, and now we did put it on a split front. That was as simple as just laying the transfer down, figuring out where the split's going to go, and then just simply taking a pair of scissors and cutting the transfer apart. Now this design, it does have a tan outline around everything, so it's pretty versatile as far as what color you could put it on. Really nice image though with the eagle and then the Declaration of Independence in its hand, so that's really cool. It's a real great sentiment again, and the colors set it off to give it sort of a more antique look to it as opposed to the bright whites. We've got the tans and the creams, so it comes off with a little bit more of an antique look, so it's a real nice design again, real slick design on this one. And then the last of the individual stock designs, we've got what we've lovingly nicknamed here our fuzzy flag. The flag here you see with the scribble background, it's actually real great detail, and the transfer is when you see it actually printed on a shirt, like in the example here, it actually looks real nice. It jumps off that bright blue. Obviously, with all the dark colors around it, the dark blue scribbles and the dark red scribbles and the black and such, you're going to want to put this on a lighter colored garment so as to not blend in. But this design really jumps off a shirt. Actually, it looks real good. And I wish the picture here was a little bit larger so you could see, but it looks real nice on that light blue. So again, all of the transfers that you've just seen, all of these designs that you've just seen, they are all sold in packs of 10 for $20. So for example, if you were to purchase a pack of USA 10, the design we're looking at here, there would be 10 of these in a pack for $20. So that is the one way to purchase them. And then in addition to that, we have multi-packs, as you see on this slide here. Now in these multi-packs, you're going to get 2 of each of the pictured design. Okay, 2 of each of these designs for $20. So again, you're still getting 10 transfers, but instead of the 10 of the same one, you're getting 5. I'm sorry, 5 different designs, 2 of each. So we have 2 multi-packs. This multi-pack is the first one. You see it encompasses the first group of transfers that we talked about, USA 1 through USA 5, I believe. And then the second half are included in this multi-pack. So again, this is the same concept where you're getting 2 of each of these transfers in the pack. So you're still getting 10 total, and it's $20. So the multi-packs are a real great way to drum up the business first, to at least see which designs are popular. I mean, everyone's going to have a different taste for different designs, but oftentimes it's real nice to buy one of the multi-packs and just see what reaction is to the designs first. And then once one of the designs takes off, somebody notices it, and it draws their attention, then you have a good, clear idea of which one of those designs to buy individual packs of. So the multi-packs are a real great tool for this type of transfer. Now, I mentioned it earlier. Application techniques and application itself is real simple, and what's cool about the Transfer Extreme transfers is, again, that they're really hip, they're really edgy in their design, so they really lend themselves to being able to be put in these areas, these different application places, these spots and techniques. Application itself is very simple. Again, it's just like our standard goof-proof transfers. For those of you in the audience who have had our Transfer Express goof-proof transfers before. The Transfer Extreme is just like goof-proof. It's pressed at 4 seconds at 365 degrees, so it's very fast. It's a very easy application, which is great because then that leaves you, without having to worry about how complicated, how hard it's going to be to press the product, leaves you to be more creative. And I absolutely love the picture that we've put on this slide. I really like how this one turned out. This is actually probably my favorite. The T-shirt that we've used as a burnout tee, and then we've put that first design, USA 1, the heart flag you can see there, we've put that on sort of the upper shoulder area of the shirt, and it turns out real nice. I mean, the design itself lends itself to being put in a different area. And again, this is what's popular in the industry. People don't want just designs on the front of your shirt. People want designs that are on the shoulders or wrapped around the side even. Again, we had the rectangular design with the tribal symbols that would look real great wrapped around the side of a T-shirt, or even perhaps on the lower back of a shirt. So, again, there's so many different things you can do for your customers, and it's easy to do with a transfer like this that's only 365 degrees for 4 seconds. So, with as easy it is to press, your options are absolutely endless with where you can put it, what you can do with it. So. Transfer Extreme is great in that respect as well. Now, the downside to the product, obviously we talked about it, it is stock only at this point in time. So the Transfer Extreme products are stock only, but there are ways to still customize them. Even though they are stock transfers, that doesn't stop you from still ordering just simple lines of text, for example. So what we've done here in the 2 photographs on this screen, we've showed you 2 examples. We've taken our Transfer Extreme. So, for example, in this one here on the left-hand side, we've taken our Transfer Extreme product and pressed it onto this shirt. Then we've simply ordered just a straight line of text out of the idea book, just a plain line of text, and you simply combine the 2 onto one shirt. And even though the Transfer Extreme is not customizable, you've put it with some customized text, so you can still make the design your own, easy enough. And on top of it, I know everyone's reaction is to hear the word custom and think, oh gosh, okay, well here's where the money kicks in, right? Here's where it gets expensive. But what we've done is we've actually given you the breakdown here on the bottom left of the screen. Just an example of what we're talking about. You are doing 100 T-shirts for a family reunion, let's say. You simply buy 10 packs of Transfer Extreme. And again, Transfer Extreme for 1 pack is just $20, okay? So that works out to literally be $2 per transfer, all right? Then for these 100 family reunion shirts, like the design here you see on the right, for example, the Sanford family reunion, we've simply just ordered 35 sheets with 3 lines per sheet, just 3 of this Sanford family reunion. We fit 3 of these on a sheet and printed 35 sheets to get us the 100 we need for our 100 shirts for the family reunion. Those work out to be $2.12 per sheet, with 3 on a sheet makes them 74 cents an image. So you've got $2 in the transfer extreme, and then you've got 74 cents in the small customization underneath of it. Together, we're only talking $2.74 per shirt. Now that's using 100 pieces as an example. So yes, the Transfer Extreme product is not customizable, but that, again, does not stop you from adding simple text. And again, this is why at Transfer Express we have our idea book. You can simply choose straight lines of text, simple lines of text out of the idea book, and use that. They're cheap and easy to customize, as you can see in this example here, the 35 sheets for $2.12 per sheet. So real great way of taking a custom transfer such as this and making it your own. So yes, it's stock design, but you can still make it your own. And in each example you see, we've done Army Mom for the one. That's actually nice. The whole tribal look of this particular Transfer Extreme gives it a real nice Army feel to it. So Army Mom, and then Sanford Family Reunion on the other one. It looks great too on the kind of yellowy cream color shirt. So looks real nice. So as far as marketing the simulated four-color process goes, or marketing the Transfer Extreme product, it's obviously going to hit its stride when we're talking about patriotic, when we're talking about anything having to do with patriotic festivals, like 4th of July parades, 4th of July picnics. Even outside of the 4th of July, though, we're talking VFW Veterans Halls. These are the types of people that are going to be interested in these types of designs. And even outside of VFW and veterans, family reunions are a real popular time to create patriotic designs. A lot of family reunion shirts are based around patriotic designs. So that's a real great idea. Company picnics are another one. Company picnics are a good time to break out the patriotism. And again, just like we've done on this little tote bag you see in the picture, Transfer Extreme is a stock product, but then it's simple just to order 2 straight lines of text out of our idea book like we've done here for Allegheny 4th of July Parade. Simple text out of our idea book that you just add underneath that. You press your Transfer Extreme first, press this next, and there you go. You've got customized design using this beautiful simulated four-color process. So again, the groups interested in this would be people like camps, overnight camps. It's getting to be that time of year. Obviously, summer's rolling around the corner here, so, or already upon us. So summer camps are a really great place for patriotic designs like this, but VFW Veterans Halls especially. And I can't stress enough, the 4th of July is coming. These are perfect to have in your shop. These are perfect to have in your window for 4th of July. I mean, they practically sell themselves. The look of the designs practically sell themselves. So all great things, great ideas you can do with the product. Now, of course, I'm sure everyone's reaction is everybody wants to get samples. Everyone wants to have it, play with it, see it, feel it. We all know what that's like. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the web address we've listed at the top of the page here, http://www.transferexpress.com/site/samples.asp. Also, if you have a hard time remembering that long address, which I know I would, you should keep an eye out for your follow-up email to this webinar, and in your follow-up email you will have that link to click on and request samples. The samples look exactly like you see in the photograph here. You'll get a small little fold brochure where you can see, again, the designs we just talked about. You'll get a sample of, again, what our customer service department felt was one of the more popular designs. And it all comes together in an envelope that looks like what you see at the top here, our little patriotic Transfer Extreme envelope. So, again, look for the link in your emails, the emails that will go out after the webinar, thank you email. Check for that link and go there to get a sample of the Transfer Extreme, or if you're ready to buy, if you're ready to try a pack, again, we have those multi-packs where you get 5 designs, 2 pieces of each, only for $20. If you're ready to actually buy Transfer Extreme, then you can shoot out to our website. And actually, instead of giving you this address, I'll just show you how easy this is. If we head out to transferexpress.com, here I am at transferexpress.com, I'm not even logged in here. You're going to see at the very top of our page, our banner here shows you the new Transfer Extreme product. So I'm going to click just right here on this banner. Give it just a second to load. Here's our Transfer Extreme page, and again, you don't even have to log in. You can actually just order right from here, not even logged into the site yet. You don't even have to be signed up. Just come here, enter in how many packs of which particular Transfer Extreme design you want, and it's that easy. Or again, I encourage everybody to try the variety packs. Great way to test on your customers, to test on the people in your area, see which designs are more popular, and then once you've decided, once you've figured out which ones of these designs sell best to you, simply come back and order a pack of those designs by themselves. So very nice. So this is the Transfer Extreme section of the website. Again, it's just as easy as going to transferexpress.com and clicking on the banner that's at the top of the page. You've got a Buy Now button right there, Transfer Extreme. Okay, so again, if you're interested in getting a seminar, a summary of the webinar, simply go to www.transferexpress.com/webinar-thanks. If you have any questions, we are going to take some questions here, but if you have any further questions that we don't get to, please feel free to email us always, info@transferexpress.com. As a side note to the Transfer Extreme product, we are very much looking for suggestions and thoughts and opinions. We want to hear what you have to say about Transfer Extreme. What do you feel about the designs? What designs should we include? What should be our next release of Transfer Extreme? Feel free to communicate those suggestions and email them to us always. Also, check out our blog. Our blog at transferexpress.com is easy to reach. Just to show everybody where our blog is located. If you're at transferexpress.com, this is our home page. Our blog is at the top right-hand corner here. The blog is absolutely full of great stuff, and a little bit further down here we had our recent Transfer Extreme blog release where we've got all of our designs pictured here. So some great ideas as far as colors to put on too. We've showed you a whole bunch of photographs of actual live pressed Transfer Extreme stuff. So be sure to check that out also. And if you do want to revisit the webinar, you can always hit us up at YouTube or the greatgarmentgraphics.com address as well. Okay, so that being said, we are ready to take a couple questions, time permitting. If Georgianne, you'd like to join us, and any questions?
I'm here, ready and waiting.
Okay, we do have a few questions, you guys. One question is, how soon will you be able to order custom artwork with Transfer Extreme?
That's a good question. We're in research and development phase right now. We're hoping to do it sooner rather than later. The trick with this new process is when you're simulating the colors. So say you send a photograph of your football team's helmet in the scene or whatever, and it's a real colorful scene. What we do is we have to simulate it down to the basic colors in that design, which are spot color inks, so the final product is never exactly matching the original. Like digital prints, if you send that photograph, it looks pretty darn close to the original. But with this process, since it changes, it's a little trickier. So that's kind of what we're got to figure out. How to market it so people understand that the process is totally different than any type of other printing that we've done before. But we're shooting to have that sooner rather than later. I can't give you a date, but we're shooting for it. Keep an eye out on our website and our blog. That's where you'll see it first.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, do you have any outline designs of this design like the state of Missouri?
We don't have any specific designs like that, no. All the Transfer Extreme designs that we have are the ones that you've seen on today's webinar. But again, it would be pretty simple to take something like that and customize it just using something out of our idea book. It would be, and actually that's a real nice idea, it would be real simple to order the outline of the state of Missouri, or any state for that matter, order the outline of that state in just something out of our idea book. Then perhaps take Transfer Extreme and some of our designs, like the more rectangular design that had the tribal look to it, it would be very simple to take that and actually apply it over the state of Missouri, or on top of the state of Missouri in some kind of way, shape, or form like that. So do we have a stock design of specific states or anything specific like that? No, unfortunately not. But it would be incredibly easy to make something customized to do that.
Okay, thanks, Andy. We do have another question. They want to know, can they heat and fry on polypropylene grocery totes, which have a low melting point?
That's actually a very good question. It is possible to apply on polypropylene, yes. This product, however, it would be up to you to test your polypropylene. Unfortunately, the lowest temperature you can apply transfer extreme would be 340 degrees for 8 seconds. And I believe polypropylene's melting point is somewhere around 300 to 310. So you're not going to want to try to apply this product to polypropylene unless you have some kind of product that doesn't have a low melting point like that. At Transfer Express, we do have transfers that will apply to polypropylene. You would want to try our ElastiPrint process. The ElastiPrints press much lower at 275 degrees. So unfortunately, that excludes Transfer Extreme, but we do accommodate that, just not in this particular product.
Okay, I have one more question for you. It say, do these designs have halftones?
Yes, they do. Actually, 8 out of the 10 actually have halftones. 2 of the designs, the one with the map and the one with the wings and the bell, those 2 are actually vector and do not have halftones. But all the other 8 designs are created, and separations are created in Photoshop and then have halftones. So that definitely was a new hurdle for us, and we attacked it, and I was very excited with the results. So the detail is unbelievable because of the halftones. And one thing I want to add too, in terms of the marketing thing, a little off topic here, don't forget about the 9/11 anniversary coming up. These transfers are great for marketing for the 9/11. You can buy your Never Forget whatever 9101 and put it at the bottom of those designs, and it's another selling point to get these to sell them to your customers.
Great point, George. I hadn't even thought about that. And actually, again, I keep going back to this one, and I guess it's only because I like how much you can customize it. But this USA-9, that's actually a great point. It would be very easy to take this design that's kind of short and rectangular and add some kind of really nice, add some kind of gray distressed text underneath of it. 9/11, we will never forget, something to that effect. Any of the designs really would work for that, though, as well. Our USA-1 with the heart flag be another nice one to put this particular design over the heart and then have some kind of text underneath of it commemorating 9/11. So that's actually a really great idea, Georgiana. I hadn't thought of that.
And like Andy said, any suggestions you have of how you would want to see us move this product forward, we probably may come out with further collections in the future of stock transfers. What do you want to see? We want to hear from you. What do you want to see? And we'll see if we can make it. So.
That is the whole point, too. We drive this based on what everyone wants to see, what everyone wants. So by all means, we do want to hear what everyone has to say. We invite all input to go to info@transferexpress.com. Suggestions for future designs, future collections, any concepts you may have. We do know that the request for custom versions of this is out there. We're not quite there yet. But aside from custom versions of Transfer Extreme, what do you want to see? So. Just as we're wrapping up here, just to put out what's out there for everyone, there is an upcoming webinar next week we encourage everyone to check out. The Ask the Experts webinar is a Great Karma Graphics webinar. It's going to be June 23rd. It's going to be Transfer Express and Printables, Stalls Direct, I believe panelists from each of us will be there. It's going to be a great opportunity to ask all sorts of questions. We're going to be, experts will be available to everybody to answer any questions you have. So that's going to be a real fun webinar. So make sure to check that out. All right. So unless there's any other questions, Nicole?
I have one last question for you.
Sure.
They want to know, can you overlay text on the actual graphic?
It would, that should be possible. Georgianne, did we actually try doing that?
I don't know if we actually tried it, but it should be fine because it's just like any other goof-proof transfer, which we've done that before with our peel and press letters on top of goof-proof transfers. So I'm pretty sure it would work, but you just might want to test it with a sample instead first, but 99% sure it would work.
Absolutely. That was kind of the direction I was going with it. I mean, it's all essentially goof-proof ink. It's all just like our other goof-proof transfers. Customers will do that all the time. They'll layer goof-proof transfers on top of one another. Again, it's all just plain plastisol ink, so it'll take to one another without a problem. So I would absolutely try that. And this is where get creative, get slick, show us what you can do. You know, I mean, if you come up with a really cool design, please feel free to take a picture of it, shoot us an email showing it to us. I mean, we'd love to see what you guys are managing to do with the Transfer Extreme product. It helps us to see what you guys pull off. So, but by all means, yes, I would give it a try first before you go ordering a whole bunch of it. Just give it a whirl with any goof-proof transfers you might have laying around. But it's definitely worth a shot, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Andy. I'm sorry, I have one other question. They want to know, what do you need to purchase from Transfer Express? Would you need a tax ID, or can anyone just purchase?
You do need a tax ID number to purchase from Transfer Express, but other than that, that's all we're looking for. Aside from that, it's very simple to order from us. There's no surveys or anything you have to fill out. Simply give us a call, give us your company name, phone number. We'll ask for a couple pieces of information. We do have a couple questions. We ask you about your business, no papers or anything, nothing complicated to sign. We ask you a couple questions and you're done. But actually what's more important, what's worth mentioning for sure, is that Transfer Extreme is incredibly easy to order. You don't actually have to even be logged into our website. You don't actually have to even type in.
Right. Andy, this is our first product that we actually are letting non-customers order besides our marketing kit and heat press. So if you're on the fence of buying stuff from us, this is your first chance to jump in, and you'll still become a dealer, but this time you can do it online. You don't have to make a phone call, wait and on hold. Go ahead and place the order. And one thing we left out is these, if you order by 3 p.m., these ship same day, so you'll get them quick. So.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. So yeah, ordering Transfer Extreme is even easier. I mean, our becoming a dealer is incredibly easy to begin with, but ordering Transfer Extreme is even easier. You don't have to have that dealer ID information at the top of the page here. You see, I've gotten to this order page. I haven't even logged in. I don't have any dealer information typed in here, and it's already going to allow me to put in my quantities and order my packs of Transfer Extreme. So the product is incredibly easy to order. It's very simple. And like Georgianne mentioned, she's right. I mean, if you place these orders by 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, they do ship the same day. I mean, these are stock packs. So. Anything else there, Nicole?
No, that looks like all the questions for us.
All right. Well, I would like to thank everyone for attending today's webinar. And again, make sure to hit greatgarmentgraphics.com for further webinars. And watch for the thank you email that's going to come to your inboxes here after the webinar is complete, because that link on that email will have your chance to get samples of Transfer Extreme. So please do go hit that link, go check out those samples, and we look forward to hearing from everybody what you have to say about the product and what you'd like to see in the future. Thank you, Georgianne, for joining me.
Sure. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, everybody.